Yes, yes. Have a seat, have a seat. Yeah. Well, you're, Socknor Blith, right? Yes. Yeah, I hear you've been having trouble adjusting to Earth, and you've been dealing with, what, what the humans would call depression. You're dealing with that. Yeah. I read that you want to go back to the home planet. Unfortunately, we can't do that. You are too important to what's going on here. The reason we're in our flesh disguises still is I want to relate with you, This is how we are. We're humans, right? We're humans. And it can be tough, It can be tough blending in, or, to act human, it can be a pain in the ass. I mean, a lot of humans don't do it properly. So you got to think about that and be like, you know what? When you're doing what they would consider weird, do they really consider it weird, right? I'm chewing gum because a lot of humans like to do it. It's a calming thing, actually. Kind of helps with stress, as they call it. That's when they're under pressure and things are getting to them at maybe their job or their home life or whatever. Yes, it's a little too complex, I would agree. Being human, they make it harder than it has to be, I think. Yeah. Yeah. It's true. I've observed a lot of people where I'm just like, what are you doing? You're making this too hard. I don't think they understand full. Some of them do, most of them don't. But yeah, unfortunately, the home planet thing it can't happen right now. We need all of us. Everyone needs to be down here for this. Keep stockpiling information. We got to plot out things, observe people, areas, the animals as well. The animals seem to have it a little more down pat than the humans do. As weird as that is, right? Maybe because they don't have these kind of, prey animals have the pressure of having to survive, as do the predators have to survive. You know how it works. It's complex. It's not even that complicated, but things have to die on this planet for others to live. That's just the way it was made, right? Our planet was made differently. We have different things, right? Yeah, we do, and the annoyances, as they say, yeah, we have them as well. But we need everybody here. We need to get all the information, plot out things, do some soft takeovers. We need to establish ground in each country on this planet. We do, I was assigned the position to help. You're not the first person who's come to me with having these issues. That's why I like to communicate in the human tongue. We're in the United States, so we're, using their language. If we were in, France, we'd be using their language, Germany, their language, anywhere, like any country. But I like to do it that way. We're doing it as humans, so it kind of helps, I feel like I'm dressed a little, hip, right? I mean, how many therapists wear a hat, right? I'm pretty hip. I'm friendly. I can relate. But I understand it, Well, I wanted to use your actual name because that's for the reference, and then we're recording these sessions. Because honestly, I hate to sound like an asshole, but if anybody's under too much stress or pressure, they feel like the group feels like you, anybody, myself as well, is going to break, they have to be, extinguished. Unfortunately, you can't. Like I said, nobody can go home right now. We can't. We don't want to blow our cover that way. But it hasn't come to that yet, which is good. Now tell me specifically, what are the things that are getting you the most? Displaying human emotion. Like I said, I mean, that is the most common thing. I struggle with it too. Laughter. I find myself fake laughing a lot because a lot of these humans think they're funny, and a lot of stuff I don't even know what they're talking about, but it's almost like they force things. It's weird. So you try to develop a fake laugh. There's nothing wrong with faking it, I'll tell you that now. Just be like, oh yeah, like that. Oh, you're so funny. And in your mind, you're like, shut the fuck up. You fucking bozo. They like to say bozo. I like that word too, I'll admit. It can be hard. Like I said, a lot of humans don't show a lot of emotion in reality. Those are like the specimens we really want to study. Like, it's almost like they've reached another peak, or they're just like that. We want to know if they were genetically kind of made that way, or they've kind of, like, were they that way from birth, or did they get to the level of not giving a fuck, which is actually, as fucking stupid as it sounds, it's a great trait to have. When you're free from that, it's key. Insults and stuff can't affect you anymore. Yeah. So you gotta practice a laugh in front of the mirror. Just practice a laugh, or crying. Sometimes these humans cry over actually a lot of shit, right? So you wanna. And I mean, our fucking species, we don't. Rarely, it's rare. It happens sometimes. We don't like it to happen because it's such a thing, and it really can cause problems too. Yeah, I know. Well, the acid that comes out of us could, what they call acid. Their tears don't do that. Like, they can't like eat away at things. Ours can. So you kind of have to hold that in. And you gotta breathe too. You just gotta breathe. Sometimes I know, like, it took me a while to get used to the breathing. Take some of these ones. This is a good one. I don't know if you do this one, but just take a deep breath from time to time. Like, it's like I don't know what they're doing when they do it, but I feel like they're breathing in their problems, and they're going, and they're letting them all go, right? At least briefly. You should try that. Let's do a few here. Sometimes it makes me a little lightheaded, though. Yeah, it's weird. Hey, you feel any better? A little bit, right? It's the little things like that work. And then they make things weirdly complicated when you could just do the breathing technique. Helps. It's not a permanent fix, but it helps. No. Would not recommend taking any of their drugs. We're only in the preliminary, is that how they say it? Preliminary stages of some of these words. They get me. I feel, yeah, the English language, I feel like it's a little too ridiculous. Sorry to go on a tangent here, but right? Two. How many twos do they need? Here's a number two. U, two, T-O-O, two, T-O-T-O. It's fucking stupid, like, and words mean, like, multiple things. What the hell? Affect. Dumb, okay? I don't get it, right? And that, I'll admit, that stressed me out a lot, too. It gets to you, too, right? Because you're like, am I using this right? And they love, like, if you spell things like you are, with the apostrophe R-E, it's yours. Like, you are, yeah, dumb. And if you don't spell it right, they come in and correct it. It's like, who gives a shit? This is what I'm talking about. It's like, why are they bothering with that? There's other things to bother with. I don't know. I feel like they're always trying to one up each other. Yeah. But yeah, and I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to think. Court. A basketball court. Like, it's an actual court. It's what they play on, the court. Or you're in court, like you committed a crime or whatever. You're getting divorced, whatever the hell it may be. You go to court. Why do the words mean multiple things? I don't get it. I remember when we were looking back remember we sent those probes out, right? Fucking, what was that, like 5 billion years ago? Whatever it was, and the humans were using like grunts and shit. It almost worked out better with it, making noises. There's too many words. They're getting too big for their britches, I'd like to say. Yeah. It's a little weird, but don't get yourself too worked up about it, because honestly, a lot of them don't care. Half of them don't give a shit. Half of them like really take it to heart. Like, you misspelled this, or you didn't use that properly. It's like, who cares? That's a little thing they do. I don't even know what it means, but it's funny. And they make that noise. I don't know what that is, but it's funny. I don't know. Like I said, though, breathing techniques, just try to have fun too while you're here. Find things that you can enjoy, that they enjoy, that you can enjoy. And then you can talk to them about it. You can have common interests. And then you meet more of them. That's what they want us to do. Meet, like, kind of infect in a way, even though I'm not using it the way they would use it, right? You were infected with a virus. No. Infect your way into these people, and then you know more of them. And then you could project your stuff onto them. Yeah. So, like, I like the video games they have here. This is fun shit, man. And they have aliens in it. That's what they call us. And I played this one where it was actually called, listen to this. It was called Destroy All Humans. The aliens didn't look like we do. It's what they think aliens look like, right? Yeah, they came across some back in the day, but I don't know how true any of that shit was. But it's funny, like, getting this little spaceship, another thing that looks nothing like the ones we have, and fucking, you're just destroying everybody. You're like picking up cows. They think we have a thing with like probing cows and stuff. It's fucking weird, right? And leaving like marks everywhere in the earth. I see that a lot. I forget what they call them. Not signs. Isn't just like a sign? Like it's I forget. And they think we probe them too. It's like, where are they getting this shit? You know what? Maybe there was another race of aliens out there that came at some point. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. We don't probe shit. We come here and we observe everybody. We get the information. It's fucking getting like shoving shit up people's asses. You're not getting information that way. What the fucking hell are they doing? They have an easier way to do that. It's called an X-ray. You just come down here. We got a few of us are doctors and we're taking X-rays. It's that simple. I don't get it. Yeah, well, we're very advanced. We've been around multiple, infinite millennia. Yeah. Crop circles. Thank you. That's what they call them. I don't know. Maybe they're doing it themselves, or they're fucking with each other, or, like I said, another race came down here, alien race came down here and did this. I don't know. Yeah, there was a time where they were like, oh, go check that stuff too. But everybody's like, who gives a fuck? If it's them doing it, whatever. If it's another one, we're well ahead of what they're doing, so they're not going to be a problem for us. Yeah. The lizard people was another thing, too. Like, what? I mean, I guess, is there a planet with a bunch of lizard-type people? I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. I'm left-handed a lot. Most are right, but for whatever reason, I use my left, to right. I don't know. Oh, what was I saying? Find something like these video games are great. That's what I was talking about. They're super fun. playing this one called Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. I guess it was 4 before it. It's a fun game to just run around and do stuff, you know. They are very good at making these video games. I gotta give them it. Sport, exactly, sports. You're watching some sports. What do they call that thing that's coming up with the football teams? Super Bowl. There's a Super Bowl. That's another thing. A bowl. There's a toilet bowl, and there's like a soup bowl. Like, I don't get it. Should I shit in the soup bowl? Should I eat out of the toilet bowl? That's a weird thing. Don't laugh at me. Well, you can. Practice a laugh, actually, if you can, if you find this funny. When they were first talking about bowls, I thought, and someone was talking about soup, I thought when you flush the thing, you pull the thing, and the water goes down, I thought soup would come up. I was mistaken. Everybody got a good laugh, but hey, it's part of learning, right? Yeah, find an interest that they share. Sports is a big one. Movies. They like to listen to this noise music, they call it. There's that as well. Some of it's alright. Most of it's just like, what? It ain't like the stuff we produce, that's for sure. They couldn't handle it. In fact, it would probably actually crack the earth in half. But, no. Exactly. Find something you like. And it has to be something you like. Don't force yourself to like something because they'll be onto it. They're very particular about their movies and their music. Like, they'll know. Like, if you're like, I like so-and-so band, they'll be like, oh, really? For how long? And who are the original members? And name this many songs. It's weird. But some of them, they'll be onto you. They'll know. They'll be onto you. So you gotta genuinely like it. Yeah, you could use that Wikipedia website and figure it out too if you really wanted to cheat. But they're good sometimes at seeing through things. I will give them that as well. It is good to just talk about things, right? Yeah, I know you can't talk about anybody else with this, so them you can't for sure. That's the thing, though. The depression, the people, they suffer from these ailments, anxiety, depression, and stuff like that. Talk to them about, hey, if you're feeling the similar things than they do, talk to them about it. You'll meet some common ground there. Eh? Maybe you can help each other as well. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, don't feel ashamed or anything either. You know, a lot of people come here. I've had issues too. You know, they just assign me this job. You know. Well, there you go. Horror movies. Those are fun. I watch some of them. Yeah, they're always making weird blunders in those movies. The people are always doing something stupid. It's weird. It's like, what? I do like some of the enemies are like supernatural and stuff. Yeah. Those are my favorite ones. These ghost ones. Ghosts, they call them. Yeah. That's when, like, one of them passes on or dies. Some of them come back as, like, a ghost, like a spirit. It's always weird to me, though. This is another thing. This is what you need to do, too. You need to take in all information. That's what I do, and I get, like, excited about some of it. And I'm like, oh, I want to learn more. I'm telling you, because if you have to keep your mind focused. That's the thing. You have to keep your mind focused on something, because you don't, these bad thoughts will get into your head. That's the thing. We come down here, we understand we're going to be taking on these things as well. You almost become too much, but you don't want to become too human. Don't do it. No. But yeah, you know, these ghosts, and they always look like the person did when they were alive. That doesn't make sense to me. Now, I don't know if these ghosts are real or not. If they were, you don't think they call a soul. Why would your soul or spirit look exactly like you? That's weird, right? It's almost like there's a carbon copy or like a hologram inside of you that comes out when you die. I don't get it. I would think it would be like a kind of a mist or something. Some people say they see that too, so. Humans are complicated as fuck, man. Like I said, they're insane. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing all those years ago to get to this point, but what are you gonna do, right? Yeah, agreed. They could be living in much more harmony, right? think Earth could have been one of the greats, to be honest with you, just from the basic studying I've been doing. I think they could be one of the greats. I don't know. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? That's not our problem. The problem's to learn this stuff. It's not to try to fix anything. But you feel any better right now? Yeah, I see you've been doing the breathing thing. I'm telling you, the breathing thing, you have to keep a focus. Take these walks, too. I like doing this. Just walking around, freeing my mind, talking out loud, which they find weird. I get caught talking to myself, as they call it. But I don't like to think in my head. I like to, spit the things out of my mouth. And it's real, you know? Yeah. Do that. Take these long walks. In any of the weather, too. Although that is an issue because I went outside. It was like -5. They only use, it's different all over the rest of the world. That's why we're having trouble with the rest of us that are infiltrating the other places. You know, examining, experimenting, whatever. We use a different system than they do. So for us, it's inches and stuff, and I think are we Celsius and they're Fahrenheit? I don't know. But it's complicated too. It's like we use a different system than everybody else. I don't know why. This country uses a different system. Anyway. The problem is, though, you gotta know the weather. Because it was like what they say -10, which is like super cold. I was outside in a t-shirt and shorts, and people were looking at me weird, like, how the fuck is this guy walking around in this kind of weather like that? So all of a sudden it's like, okay, I can be like, well, something happened to me, and I can't feel anything, because there's some people that lose feeling. But I was like, oh shit, I gotta throw on this, you know? Because obviously the weather doesn't affect us, it all feels the same. So, yeah. Well, you know what? I'm telling you, those walks do go to like a nice, where we're at, on Long Island. This island's kind of long. It's not super long, but you've seen a map, right? I was looking at a map of this country once, and New York, what Long Island's part of, it looks like the state of New York took a shit and it's hanging there, and that's Long Island. That's funny, right? See, there you go. Was that a real laugh? There you go. Sometimes smiling and stuff's hard. I can't. Sometimes it's not natural. Sometimes it's hard for me to fake smile. Yeah, that's the toughest thing we have. We have a problem with smiling. Genuine smiles is hard for us. They have somebody teaching a class on it too, which is wild. I might have to go to that because I'm having trouble. But I thought that was funny. But we have oceans here, so you can go walk down. Yeah, where we're at now. Yeah, you go down that road all the way. There's a little beach down there, dude. You check it out. Water and stuff, it's nice. It is relaxing, you know. You just gotta do things that will relax you, keep your mind off home. Almost try to become a person without becoming, like I said, too human. Find interest, sports, music, video games, movies, drawing, art, I should say, called art. Even just learning things like history of the world, whatever it may be. Yeah, I know it's hard. You know, if you want to come back to talk to me whenever you want, that's cool. You know, you feeling all right though? Go, yeah, that's another thing. Go eat something, man. That shit don't affect us. Eat whatever the hell you want. We're not gonna gain or lose weight. It doesn't fucking matter. Some of this food's really good. I mean, our stuff is strange. The way we eat too doesn't. It's not going in our mouth. It's a weird thing, right? We absorb. We don't like consume. It's fun eating. Some of the stuff tastes great, and we don't have the problem of gaining weight or like losing weight or anything like that. So take advantage of that. Yeah. All right, man. If you feel anything, try these things. Try the breathing techniques when you're feeling high stress, or find interests for yourself as well as not just to be able to communicate with other people, just to for yourself too, because it's entertaining. These video games are fun as shit. Like, I'm not kidding, they're fun, legitimately. Do that, watch movies, whatever it may be. Yeah, and take walks and stuff. Just keep yourself calm and focused. Keep yourself focused. All right. All right. Yeah, and do that. This is thumbs up. That means, hey, good job, man. I don't know. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. That's a pretty good smile right there. Good job. All right. See ya. Oh, man. This gum. I can't perfect the bubbles they make when they chew it. All right. Time to go observe the local football.